am extremely excited to update you all, as well as to share with you all some story time, letting you all know about my birthing story with my twins, and giving you just a little bit of an update on where I'm at and what I'm going to be doing next, and what you can be looking forward to. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Where should I begin? I'm like thinking, where should I start off? Anyway, we'll get on with that. So I am just amazed. Let me start there. I'm amazed at the fact that I was in the position that I was in terms of being pregnant with twins. That was the most greatest yet scary experience I've ever had in my entire life. I can't fake it. I can't shake it. I have to just be frank and be real. It was one of the scariest experiences of my life, especially in terms of my pregnancy journeys. I'm privileged to have two other daughters, Livia Sky and Lanai Morris, and my experience with both of them, we're different. We're definitely different. But this time around, I mean, wow, I can't believe I had two human beings in my womb at the same time. At the same time. Okay. I'm still amazed. I'm still amazed. I'm still amazed. Anyway, I am so grateful for the privilege to even have been able to be a carrier of these twins, and not only just to be a carrier of them, but to be gifted with them is beyond, it was beyond my expectation. It's something I actually always wanted, because I actually always wanted twins, but to actually know that I came through with that dream, I should say, was phenomenal. It was just phenomenal. So anyways, let's get into the story, and I'll share with you all my journey. So I previously gave birth to two beautiful, healthy girls, thanks be to God, on November the 28th, 2023. And so I was scheduled for a C-section because I previously had two other C-sections. The first one was not planned. The second one was. And so obviously, again, because I had two previous C-section, they always recommend that you do have another C-section, as they do think that if they put me in a position to give birth naturally, it could be more risky. And so again, to each their own. And I'm starting to realize that every OB has their preferences and their expertise in, information and in their studies. And so it's pretty much whatever they're really comfortable with doing, that they project on you in terms of how you navigate and make your decision. So my OB, she was amazing. Dr. Amanda was absolutely amazing. And that's who I had as an OB up until about my seventh month roughly. And I had to switch over to a high risk OB who would take care of me because I was a high risk patient. And so when you are carrying twins, regardless of the state, even if you're healthy or doing well, they consider you high risk. So I ended up having to transition my OB to another brand new OB 7 months in. OMG. I was off the rockers, because I was like, I can't believe I'm gonna I'm gonna change my OB right now. Like, I'm already 7 months in, like, and this OB has been my OB for all of my kids. So it was just so heart-wrenching to now have to change. But anyways, I was kind of like, okay, whatever we got to do to make sure that the babies are good and to make sure I'm healthy at the same time, let's do whatever it takes. So your girl had to transition. And so I went from having to deal with, you know, my original to a whole new doctor and whole new nurses and all of that jazz. So it was really a trying time for me. But I was happy because when I went over to the high risk clinic, they were more forthcoming with their information and with the things that were going on with me, and they did not have any problem with just sharing with me exactly what was happening. So anyways, birthing day, November 28th, delivering 2 baby girls. We got there like 6 a.m. in the morning and delivered at the Credit Valley Hospital in Mississauga. If any of you guys out there as females are having a baby, I would highly recommend you go to the Credit Valley Hospital. My experience there was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Away from a little hiccup, and I'll explain to you in my story as I go on. But outside of that, everything else was fantastic. Like, the nurses were amazing. When we got there around 6 a.m., they had to prep me. I had to fill out a bunch of different forms, you know, just to go through the process and the surgical procedure that I was scheduled to do. So a lot of different forms to fill out and all of that stuff. So in doing that, all of that was amazing. And one of the key things for me during all of the setup and the of course progress of the leading up, the leading up to the surgery, I had an opportunity to meet every single individual that was going to be in the surgical room. I had 2 C-sections and I only met the OB who was going to deliver the baby, because my original OB who delivered my first daughter, she didn't get the opportunity to deliver my second daughter. She was my OB, but I didn't get to have her deliver my second daughter because I had an emergency C-section. So I didn't get the opportunity to meet people, and it was one of those scary hospitals with a less rating. I won't call any names because I don't want to. But anyways, so the opportunity to meet everyone in the room was like mind-blowing because I wasn't expecting that. That wasn't my expectation. I just thought, okay, I just know that my OB's the one that's going to be taking care of me. She's going to be heading on, you know, everything else. And I was just like, all right, whoa. So I'm meeting everyone. I'm telling you, I met the students who are seeking or studying, you know, to be an OB and studying to do surgical procedures and so forth that were going to be able to watch. And, you know, they asked my permission. And I was like, absolutely. Like, that's fine. Like, you know, as long as you're not touching me because, you know, you're still in your, you know, you're still trying to get there, then I'm okay. But if you want to stand up and watch me and take your notes and, you know, get your expertise stuff on, then absolutely. And I was just like, wow, I had to say to the OB that, whoa, like, this is amazing. I'm actually like amazed that you all took the opportunity to allow me as a patient to meet all of you in the room. Like, that has never happened before. So I was kind of like, whoa. And so she's like, yeah, it's something that we try best to really do to let our patients feel comfortable. And I was like, this made me feel comfortable. So kudos to the Credit Valley Hospital and their team. You all did an amazing job, you know, with making me feel secure, making me feel safe. And that experience, even my husband who was with me, he was just like, yeah, this is really good, really good. So anyways, if y'all want to deliver your baby, go to the Credit Valley Hospital up in Mississauga. If you don't live in Canada, I mean, if you want to take a flight, you're more than willing to take a flight and come all the way down here and be treated like a royal, like you're a part of a royal family, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so now I go through all the whole procedures, meeting everyone who's going to be in the room. And then I had to, of course, get dressed, and I had to sit and wait because I had like about 3 different mothers who were ahead of me. And so I watched all 3 of them go in and all 3 of them come out. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm next. So it was funny, but of course, I then went into the surgery, the surgical room, and then when I got in there, the anesthesia doctor who was going to be giving me the spinal epidural, they walked me through everything, and that's where things got a little bit scary. I mean, it was a hiccup that could have cost me my legs. So anyways, they of course give you a pillow. They ask you to sit up straight, give you a pillow to hold, and you got to really curl your body in like almost like a C, so that you curve it in really well so that they can find the space between your bones and your spine or whatever, and so that they can actually poke you, give you the numbing cream or the numbing whatever to numb the area. And then from there, they then give you the spinal epidural that causes you to be completely numb from pretty much from my stomach all the way down. So the first poke of the spinal epidural, they touched a nerve and my leg went flying. I mean, my leg went flying. So I was like, whoa. I literally screamed in the place. I just screamed down the whole place. I was like, what is happening? And then they said, okay, sorry about that. We touched a nerve. I said, you touched a nerve? I was like, okay, I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm just going to take a deep breath. And then they're like, okay, take a deep breath, take a deep breath. And I'm like, yeah, I'm already doing that. I mean, I said I was going to take a deep breath. So I started like panicking. Because somebody touches your nerve in your back. Listen, the thoughts that were running through my mind were going like 1,000 miles per hour. Like so anyways, they attempted to do it again. And the same thing happened. And this is with my left leg. It just like, they touched the nerve again and my leg just flew all the way up. Anyway, I was like, all right. I'm not freaking out. I'm not freaking out. I'm not freaking out, but I am freaking out right now. I'm freaking out. Like, if you guys are going to do this one more time and it happens again, I'm telling you, just cancel this whole entire thing. Cancel the surgery. Cancel it. Because I'm not doing it. And like, it's okay. We're so sorry. I think it's just because you've gained so much weight as to why, we hit a nerve. I was like, no, duh. I'm carrying twins. Obviously, I've gained weight. Is that not obvious? Your girl I was on 10. I was on 10. I can't even lie to you. I was on 10. Anyways, they attempted to do it again. This time, thank the Lord Jesus, they got through. I guess the 3rd time is a charm. But I'm telling you, that was the hiccup that I was like, I don't want to hear anything else until I'm done, because it's not just me being done. I have to wait till I'm recovered. And then I got to think about, oh, they touched a nerve. Is everything going to be okay? So that thought process was taunting me. It was really, really rocking my nerves and my thought process. Anyways, we got through that part, and then my husband was able to come in the room. And of course, They tap you, touch you, and see, just to want to see if, you know, you're fully numb or if they need to tap up on anything, any medication or whatever. And I was just praying to God, like, please just let me be completely numb. I don't want to, you know, have to go through that again, because I am telling y'all, it was scary in the room. It was scary in the room. But anyways, we got through that. And of course they tapped me, touched me, and I was completely numb, couldn't feel a thing. And so as my husband comes in the room, I'm the type of person, I have a weak stomach anyway, like in terms of like, sometimes like if something happens, somebody throws up, like I'm like with you, like I'm throwing up with you. If I smell something that's just off, I just can't, I can't handle it. And so that's why I'm not necessarily someone that experiments with certain things. Like I don't experiment with food. Like you won't get me experimenting with food. Anyways, so yes, I try new stuff, but like there's certain things I just can't. I can't explain it, but know that this girl just cannot. And I ain't gonna fake the funk for no jazz. I ain't gonna fake the funk for no Tom. I'm just gonna be real. If I can't handle it, I just can't handle it. And I wanna be as honest as possible. So take that into consideration. All right. Anyways, let's go on. And so I'm now at the point where they're getting ready to cut me, and, you know, they're walking you through. That's one of the benefits of having a C-section, is that they're walking you through every single step that they're taking. And of course, they're calling out, you know, their different codes for the different instruments that they're going to be using and cutting you with. And so one thing I liked about this OB is that she indicated, okay, I'm about to cut you now. I said, okay. And so they began, and as they're doing it, like, my stomach I felt like my stomach was like just doing something. So I said to myself, I'm like, I think I'm gonna throw up. Like, I think I'm gonna throw up. I don't know if I'm just overly nervous and just already having a traumatic experience because they touched my nerve. I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. And they quickly grab you a little container, and they, you know, they allow you to do whatever. So it ended up having to throw up, of course. And that was like 2-3 times. And then after that, they began just going through, and then I felt like it went by faster than I thought it was going to. But anyways, they began cutting through, and then they're like, all right, well, we have baby B and baby A. So baby B was on my left side and baby A was on my right side. And so baby B was somewhat kind of breech a bit. So she was really tucked in. And then they're like, okay, well, we're going to have to take baby B out first rather than taking baby A out. So when baby B came out, she automatically became baby A. And so we heard the first cry, and that was my first twin. And her name is La River. And we were super excited. I started to I was getting emotional from the beginning. So I started to cry. I'm feeling emotional now. But she came through, and then she was about 5 pounds and I want to say 4 ounces. So she came out, and then my other daughter came out. And now she's baby B, and her name is Latea May. And so they both came out like literally a minute apart, which is so crazy, right? A minute apart. And, you know, you hear the cry, and it's just super amazing. As we went through all of that, and then they got them all cleaned up, and then they started cleaning me up. I started throwing up again. Telling you, the surgical room has a weird smell that just kind of just makes you feel woozy, and your girl cannot hold it together when it comes to like just weirdness, weird smells. I just can't keep it together. But anyways, so went through that. They both cried, and I was just so grateful. And I was just like, thank you, God. Like, thank you, God. And, you know, I just heard my husband line. I was just saying, thank you, God. Like, you know, we're just worshiping and giving God really just a lot of thanks and just, you know, gratitude towards him, because so many people don't get through to this process. And if they do get through to that process or that far, some people don't make it out, you know. So I was so thankful and just so grateful that, you know, that whole procedure was completed, was done, and that was that. Then we went on to now my first twin that was born. She had to go to the NICU because she was a bit underweight. So she was, even though she was 5'3" or 5'4", one of them, my other daughter was about 6 pounds and maybe 1 ounce. And so she came down and was at 5 pounds. And then my eldest twin came down to about 4'9" or something. So she was just slightly a little bit underweight. So they took her to the NICU just to make sure she was going to be able to feed on her own. She was going to breathe okay, and just make sure everything was well with her. And so thank goodness that she was there for maybe less than a day, and was able to come back to us after, because everything was clear, everything was fine. Her sugars were fine. Her organs, everything that they did all their testing on was absolutely fine. And we all had already had Latea May with us, so that was amazing. And then, you know, it was great to now be able to see them together. I just remember just being totally out of it though. Like, I was completely out of it for whatever reason. For about the first and second day, I wasn't able to keep anything down. Like, it didn't matter what I ate, I automatically just threw right the way up. Here comes one of my daughters now. Okay, that will be after. After? I'll call you. Yeah, see, you gotta stop in the middle of things now. You don't really got time to yourself, honey. Don't got time to yourself. All right, anyways. So I couldn't keep anything down, throwing up every single thing, even if it was water, juice, whatever. Like, I was literally just not keeping it down. So they had to like give me a lot of medication to, of course, keep the pain together. But because even when I did take the medication, I was also throwing that up, they wanted me to just kind of get my system settled and make sure that I was just like taking in a lot more fluids, having ginger ale, which was weird because I'm like, you know, us folks would be like, yeah, I can't have no pop. I ain't have no tea yet. Or, so I need to have something hot. Give me something hot, then I can have that. So, of course, my mom, Mama Robbie, shout out to you. She came through and she brought me my soups and my porridge. And I was able, after a little while, to keep things down. And that was really great. That never really happened to me before. I feel like with all my other surgeries, I was able to eat right after. Like, I was extremely hungry after, but I guess the twins kind of took a lot out of me, and that was like a whole nother episode. But in any case, I was just overall just grateful for the experience. And then we had our families that came in and got to visit and got to see us, and so that was really, really good. We got at least, I want to say, a few hours to ourselves, which was great. And I know it was really, really tough for my little, not my little, but my hubby. And I just want to say that it's amazing when you can be connected to a great person, because it makes the process so much easier, and it just makes everything great, honestly. Like, you can either have a partner or a spouse that's just not it. They don't know how to be there for you. They don't know how to, you know, care for you in moments like that. But I'm glad that this was an experience that not only I was going through, but my husband was also going through, and he was able to understand and just, you know, really be there for me. And so shout out to my husband. Love him, love him, love him, love him, love him, love him, love him. All right. So I am super grateful for him. So I'll start talking about him now. So anyways, because yeah, I don't want to get too emotional or too, you know, but so yeah, we were able to stay in the hospital there. I think we were there for about 2 to 3 days, and then we got to go home. And I remember the OB on the floor, she came in, and also the pediatric doctor came in as well. And it was amazing because they're like, you get to go home. Like, a lot of people don't necessarily get to go home. Like, they have to like either go, the mother or the parents have to go and then come back to see their twins. But this was not that case. And he was just, you know, like just encouraging us that this is really a blessing. And so anyways, I was just really glad about that. And that's pretty much it. Like, my birth was pretty smooth. Thank the Lord. That was pretty smooth. And so that was that. And I just wanted to, of course, thank you all for being patient with me. I know almost like in all my videos, I'm always saying like, thank you for being patient, or, you know, thank you for, you know, just giving me obliged, because of course there is just so much happening. And I wanted to update you all. My twins are 3 months now. And so I will be doing an introductory video for you to meet them. And I think that's going to be awesome. And I will be posting a photo today of them as well, so that, you know, y'all can see them as well. And then just going forward, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos as much as I can, so that I can capture, of course, what's happening, how I'm managing with having 4 under 4. Don't ask me if I sleep, okay? Don't ask me if I'm sleeping, because I won't have words for you. I just won't have words for you. Ask me if I'm awake, though. Your girl's awake. Your girl's awake. All right. Anyway, but yeah, so sleeping is not my portion right now. But I'm enjoying every bit of this journey. It has been such a pleasure, and my girls are just adapting so well. And the beauty in everything is that they're just wanting to be so helpful, and they're already so territorial over their sisters that they're just like, yeah, this is my sister, don't touch her, you know, you got to wash your hands, you know, you got this. So they're really helpful and they're really loving. I was really nervous, you know, with just the fact that I was going to bring another 2 additional children into the mix, that, you know, I might not be able to share in love and in, you know, offering my time the way I wanted to. And so I'm really grateful that they're not lacking, and that, you know, I was able to find a balance, and still am finding the balance between, you know, making sure that everyone is feeling loved and everyone is getting my attention. In the earlier parts, like the first month, that was a little bit rocky, because of course, you know, the twins need all your attention, and, you know, you've got to do this with them, you got to do that. And of course, I'll share another story with y'all with me having to now go back to the hospital to stay for another 14 days. But hey, I'm gonna share that with y'all soon, because that's a testimony. All right. But yeah, so being able to share my love between, you know, Lanaya, Lavea Sky, La River, and Latea May is just really all the grace of God helping me to do that. Because honestly, I don't know if I could just do that of my own will and of myself. And then, of course, we have a village. I just want to shout out my village. Like, my village is everything. Like, they have been so helpful. Grandmas and grandfathers and aunts and uncles, they have been amazing. And friends and just, you know, family all around, godparents, everyone has just been so great. And so it obviously makes the whole journey so much easier. And so, yeah. Love them all, love them all, love them all. So hopefully y'all stay tuned and y'all get to see a little bit more and hear a little bit more. And I'll do my best to do a little bit of vlogging of my days and how we wake up and just how we kind of get things going. I'm a very particular person in terms of like what I show and what I put out there, because of course, like, I don't want to be putting every and anything out there. I'm also like trying to protect my loved ones and my lover, and, you know, just and so I'm just wanting to be mindful of that, because even though I may want to be all out there, I still have to be mindful that not everyone wants to be on camera. Like, my daughters are very, like, Lanai's very, like, wanting to be on Instagram, wanting to be on story time. She wants to take photos. She wants to go live. And then my second eldest daughter, she is a little bit, she's very, very forthcoming. Pray for me. She's very, very forthcoming. Livia Sky, praise, praise, praise. But she's still a little bit shy. She's kind of shy a bit, like in terms of like camera shy, I think. But she definitely does want to take photos. So I'm excited to see how La River and Latea May is going to be as well. But I want you all to stay tuned. I have not given up this YouTube thing. I'm still pushing. I'm still trying to get things going, get things done. So stick with me. And of course, I will continue to share and put up content. And hopefully you all will stay tuned. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you again for staying tuned and, of course, checking in. For you guys who are always emailing me, I really appreciate it. And I've said that probably in a second or third video that I really appreciate it, because it actually motivates me. Because then it makes me feel like, hey, people want to listen to you. People want to hear what you have to say. And when I go MIA for a little bit, everyone's like, where have you been? Like, I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? Like, you good? Are you alive? I'm like, yeah, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Just, trying to adapt to my new norm. And so I'm definitely going to make more of an effort to just kind of organize everything so that I can do some content and get you all involved so y'all can see what's going on. All right. Love you all. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you again for tuning in. Take care.